Welcome back, folks. This is Swap, and today we're going to be doing a light novel review. That's right, we haven't done one of those in a very long time. Today we're going to be taking a look at Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. This is written by Hiromu, illustrated by Rames, and published by Yen On. We're going to be taking a look at the outside and the inside, and we're also going to be discussing everything that is about this title. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alrighty, folks, here we have Chitose is in the Ramune Bottle Volume 1. Here we have the front cover featuring Yuko Hiragi, one of Saku's closest friends here in the high school. And we have a very simple cover. It's a nice white background. We got the character. We got the title here in the corner. We're going to take a look at the spine real quick. So we have a fun little spine here. We got this nice light blue color. We got the orange for the title. We got the Yen On stuff here at the bottom. Volume 1 here at the top. The back, we have the nice little bubbly stuff going on. I guess that's to represent the Ramune bottle. And you have the little synopsis here on the back. Very simple cover. And you got the info here on the bottom. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. So we are going to take a look at the inserts. So go ahead and skip forward if you don't want to be spoiled on any of the inserts. Here we have Yuko Hiragi herself. This is a nice little bubbly picture of her smiling and stuff. And we got Yua Uchida, Haru Ayomi. We got all the girls here. We got Yuzuki Nanase, Asuka Nishino. I think this is the last cover here. We got one more. No, yeah, this is the last one. So we have the double spread here featuring Saku and one of the girls. Over here we got the table of contents. So we have the prologue, 5 chapters, and an epilogue. And we have the little credits page here in the front. And I believe this is about spanning, I would say, yeah, just a little over 250 pages, 260 pages and stuff. The font's not too bad, not a really small or big font, so it's a pretty decent read to go out throughout the whole book. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on with the review. So this story is about a slice of life as it gets, because we have our boy Saku, he's our main character. He goes to high school with all of his friends, he's a high school kid. And you're reading through the first chapter, you're seeing everything through his eyes, and he's encountering some bullies or something, and he's surrounded by all these beautiful girls, and he starts talking about how great everything is, and you're kind of reading this as like, all right, he's a really super popular kid, obviously he gets along with a lot of people. Is this just going to be some egotistical trip that I'm just reading throughout the whole thing? And it kind of almost felt like that way throughout the whole first chapter. I believe it was around chapter 2 when you really got to see kind of what was going on with the actual story, and it wasn't just an ego trip anymore. So Saku is the class president of the class of his homeroom, and the teacher says, hey, there's this one kid, he's missing. He hasn't been coming to school. We don't know what's going on with him. And then we go to this kid's missing house, and his name is Kenta. Now, Kenta is sort of out of spirits. He's this typical otaku super nerd, very introversial, doesn't talk that much, and he talks very aggressively to the popular kids that are trying to come over and try to talk to him. And so Saku kind of has enough of him and kind of breaks in and kind of beats him up a little bit, or at least tries to scare him off to try to get him in line and see what's really going on with this Kenta kid. Now, I'm not going to spoil exactly what's going on in the story of what's going on with Kenta, how that's progressing. That's kind of very interesting, kind of read into yourself what's going on over there. But the essential thing is that Kenta kind of goes under Saku's wing, and now you have this very lame nerd, otaku super nerd, who's hanging out with all these cool kids, and he's sort of kind of progressing, maybe even evolutionizing himself to become sort of a more social person, becoming friends with people that he didn't think would even want to be his friends. And that's kind of the beauty of this story. The book does a really good job of portraying Saku one way, and then as you're reading and progressing along, you're really seeing that he's actually using a lot of his, social skills and his charisma to actually help out other people rather than always just trying to do it for himself, trying to look good in front of other people. Even though I think it was Kento who actually calls him out and say that he's doing this just to impress this one girl. And in his mind, he's like, yeah, he's right. It is what I'm trying to do, but I'm not going to say that or come across that way. So it's actually kind of an interesting back and forth banter between the two. And that's essentially the direction that the story goes. You have Kenta kind of going through his journey of life, kind of overcoming those stigmas, learning to socialize with new friends, trying to overcome his fears of interacting with his old friends, and just seeing him kind of evolve over time and just becoming almost a completely different person that you wouldn't have recognized in the beginning. And I would say that the side characters were actually doing a pretty good job in this book because they didn't overclash the main thing that was going on between Sakura and Kenta. They were kind of organically coming in and out. You got to see a lot of the side characters, at least their pictures within those inserts that we saw in the beginning of the review. And I would say that you didn't really get a whole lot of who they really were in this book. I think this book was really meant to sort of introduce them for now, and then seeing how they progress later on in future titles. Overall, I think it is a pretty decent read, and I think people should check it out, especially if you're a fan of this genre. It is one of those kind of niche genres for me, where it's kind of like it is a slice of life, high school. That's kind of all that's going on. And I've kind of read a few of those types of titles already, so I'm like, okay, it's just another one of these things. But it was still a pretty good read. I'm really glad that I got through this title. I might check it out another second or third volume whenever those come out. Whether or not those really catch my interest to keep on going with the series, we'll see what's going on with there. But for now, I think this is one that you should definitely check out. Anyways, folks, that was a short, clean review of Chitose in the Ramune bottle. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this title. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And we're going to be coming out with more light novels, more manga reviews in the near future. So with that being said, I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.